It is Friday afternoon and I have just arrived in Llandrillo in Wales. And this is the spot. It is just starting to rain. It's been dry all day. And then I get to Wales and it's very Wales. Now I'm wishing that I brought my photography camera with me. I intentionally didn't. And that would have been a shot there. Lesson for next time. Again, look at the lens, not the screen. I could maybe do with warming this up a little bit as well, actually. Hold on a sec. There we go, that's looking a little more like it. Tad warmer. There we go, that little bit of spittle's gone. It's quite amusing because about 10 minutes ago, just as I was driving in, I saw someone from my old work in his van going the opposite direction at a set of traffic lights. He didn't see me, but that amused me a little bit. You can't go anywhere. Landrillo Bridge. Built in the 18th century, the opposite south face was widened at a later date. I'm guessing that means this is the north face. Built in the 18th century, so that's the 1700s this bridge was built. So I'm guessing these houses are similar age. Oh well, I'll pick up a bit later. Mum and Dad's just got here. It is currently 10 to 8. I've been into Barlow with Mum and Dad. We went to a chippy restaurant you can eat in or eat out. No idea what it was called, but it was very, very nice. Big piece of fish, good sized portion of chips for 12 quid. Then we had a quick walk up and down the street and came back. The pizzeria there smelt great. Might have to someday go in and have a look at that. So, my park up here. Perfectly level front to back. A little high up on the driver's side, but that's fine because that's the side my head is on when I sleep. So that won't be a problem. God knows what's going on out there at the minute. So for now, that's gone a bit dark again. Let's stay up here. For now, I'm going to do myself a drink and read for a little bit before going to bed. There is rain due in for the weekend, so I think that's not going to be a particularly eventful weekend, really. In terms of going for walks or anything, there's plenty around here. But that'll probably have to wait for another time as well. So for now, I'm going to leave this here and I shall pick up again, likely in the morning. And good morning. Well, slept okay for the most part, woke up a few times, but quite nice otherwise. The temperature in here when I went to bed yesterday was 22 degrees. It is currently 19, so it's held temperature pretty well overnight. I was expecting more of a dip. And at the minute, these are the views I've got. It's not that foggy. I'm just a little steamed up in here. I do have the roof fan open for ventilation. Let me just... There we go, let's peek outside. It's raining. That is nice and fresh though. I've had some breakfast, I'm just brewing a coffee, and my dishes are drying right there. No idea what else the plan is for the day, if there is one. Probably not a whole lot in this weather, but it is nice to be out somewhere. Right, I'm going to see to my coffee then. I think it's gone a little lighter on the rain at the minute, so we'll pop out and have a quick gander. Wow, this is way too blue. I'll see to the colour temperature first. There we go, that's looking better. Right, it's picking back up again. It's not heavy, it's more like a very fine kind of misty kind of rain. But it's a fair bit of it. Dad was correct though, to take the photos yesterday. Because there won't be views today. Although I don't know. I still think this might make a good misty one. I really am wishing that I'd brought my filming camera with me now. Never mind. Lesson for the future. Always bring the camera. So I have parked on the car park here, which is free for overnight. I don't know if there's a limit to how many nights. I wouldn't push it more than 2 at the most. I usually don't in most places. Block of toilets down here, I believe. Yep. This public convenience was reopened by the community of Landrillo on the 20th of August 2005. Operated from volunteers from the village, whose aim is to keep the facility open for everyone 365 days a year with no entry costs. The funding for the day-to-day operation includes water, electricity, insurance, consumables, cleaning and maintenance is provided by this village community. Denbighshire County Council completed the building refurbishment prior to the opening and continue to make an annual donation in this operation. Your support is also welcome and the contribution you can make will help us to achieve our aim every day. That's cool. I guess that's the guard, that spider there. Tell you what, these must be the cleanest and tidiest public toilets I've ever seen. Although, Yeah, that's a good job by the local community. I think you think to yourself, what can I do after having number 1 or 2? Please put in the donation box a coin or 2. Oh, you ran 2 with 2. It's now 20 years since taking over this place. We all tried to keep it a clean, tidy space. Closing public toilets is an issue. Having found water, soap and tissue. Age 11. That's what I'll let you off then. Yeah, I should make use of these later and make a small donation, I think. For now, I'm going to walk on just a little bit further. I'll pick you up in a while. Not sure if the exposure is going to blow it out a little bit, but there's quite a nice low-lying fog along the trees there. Again, potential for some good shots. I should have brought my camera. Wonder how much this river's going actually, compared to yesterday when I got here. So it's definitely got a fair stream on it. And that was my background noise going to sleep last night. I think this rain's actually stopped, you know. Hey! Don't know how long for. I shall check on the app later if I've got a bit of signal around here. Aside from the river, it's very nice and quiet here. There is definitely a stillness about the place. Not a whole lot to show you really. I'll go have a quick walk around the village again, like I did with Mum and Dad yesterday. Still a little bit drizzly, not noticeable. And I don't know, back to the van maybe? I'm just waiting to hear off Mum and Dad. Although I expect it's a little too early yet. What we're on? Oh, 9:06, so Dad will be up at least, which means he's probably kicked Mum up. So they're probably having breakfast around about now. I have spotted the caravan, where they are staying from down here. It's a football pitch here. And I believe that's their bowling green. Cool, I'm gonna head into the village a little then. Oh wow. Mum and Dad were telling me yesterday, day after they got here I think it was, they had heavy rainfall overnight and the water was coming all down here the following morning. That was nearly dry as a bone yesterday when I got here. So there's a fair bit of water coming off that mountain somewhere then. It is very clear water for all of that. Anyway, let's move on a little bit. I've currently bumped the colour temperature up to 6,800. Which I think looks better. It was still looking too much on the cool side to me. Got an old style phone box. Oh wow, the phone's still in it. Oh wow, does it still work? Please be prepared to use 4 coins. Payphones accept no more than 4 coins as the initial minimum payment fee. To pay the initial minimum fee of 60p. I can't remember the last time I saw one of these with a phone in it, let alone an actual working phone box. That must be one of the last in the country. So I cannot imagine there are that many. Working, that is. There's still 1 or 2 around. I know there's one back around home somewhere that's been converted into a little library. If that's still there, that was a few years back. What's this plaque say? Oh, built in the 18th century, the opposite side. Yeah, I read that yesterday. But given there's an arch there, water used to come out of there, I assume. Or does when it gets really high. Let's have a wander down the high street then. This feels like an old place. It feels about 200 years old. Actually, when would the 18th century be? 1700s. So 300 years old. Easy. The Duddle Arms Free House. The Wise falling down. That's closed, no longer working. And I think that was the only pub left here. And here we have the church. With a portalo. That's a nice bell tower. And that clock looks well looked after as well. Then these here, that's drinks bottles, lemonade bottles and stuff, the bottom of them cut out to look like petals. And then they've sewn or glued buttons into the middle. Up to there. And they are apparently representing forget-me-nots. It's was something to do with fundraising for dementia or something like that, Dad was telling me yesterday. Clearly I have remembered it well, almost like I've inherited his and Grandad's memory. Yeah, I bet when the sunlight's on that at the right angle, that all lights up really nicely. That's not going to be today. Or this weekend, I don't think. Some nice stained glass. And the stonework. It's a nice set of doors as well, actually. And aside from the village shop at the end of the road, that's near enough it. There's not a whole lot else here. On the other hand, it is a nice little place. And apparently there are lots of walks that start here and go off up into the hills and back beyond the church, etc. Might be coming back for them one day. Oh, message from Dad. Am I up yet? Of course I am. It's past 9 o'clock. I rarely ever stay in bed past 7 these days. Too many years of having to get up at 4 in the morning. That's the notice board for masses, etc. Well, most notice boards are for the masses, aren't they? It's why they're there. And that's the church one. There we go, that there is the store, and I did not notice that bike yesterday on the roof there. And I think that there is going to conclude this little tour. But that is Landrillo. I think this rain's starting to pick back up a bit as well, so I'm going to turn around in a bit. In part because I'm also at the end of the village. Yep, that's pretty much it. These raindrops are getting bigger. Visibility here is a lot better than I expected it to be this morning. Right, that then is going to be it for this little bit. So I imagine I'll pick you up at some point later in the day. Still nice and warm, at least as that. And I'm back at the van. It is about 20 past 7 in the evening. 21 minutes past 7 in the evening. Went out this morning with Mum and Dad to the town just down the road. Had a walk and then picked up some pies to take back to the caravan. It's a bit drizzly while we were out, but that's all. And then it's absolutely hammered it down all afternoon, so it's been an afternoon of sitting and reading in the caravan, which is like old caravanning holidays. So just got back to the van, and the window here has dripped through. You can't quite see it there. Hold on, let me get, there we go, that has dripped through. A bit bigger than that, and it's ran down the inside of the window there, but fortunately it doesn't seem to have gone onto the carpet or the bed, from what I can tell. But that's also brought the Captain Tollies through with it, which means that that hadn't set. Oh well, not much to do about that. Currently 13 degrees in here, so I shall be throwing the heater on. It's 9 degrees outside. Temperature mode, power mode. Let's go temperature mode. And we want you up to, let's say, 20 for an hour. This rain should stop by about 3 o'clock in the morning. So in the morning we can go take a look at that river and see how much higher it is. I think though I'm going to conclude the evening by doing what I've been doing all afternoon and reading. So I've actually managed to get quite a bit of reading done today. Got some chocolate hobnobs, I'll make myself a drink, and that is going to be it for this. So, once again, I shall pick this up in the morning. Wow, the rain stopped, I've just got up. I figured I'd come out and see what this is doing before I get breakfast sorted. That's a nice sky. It was 12 degrees in the van just. It actually feels a bit warmer out here, I think. It's probably around about the same really, about 12 degrees. It was 9 degrees when Dad dropped me off back at the van yesterday, so yeah, around 10, 11, 12-ish. I wonder how many times that bench has been washed away. I don't know if it'll show. Right there. There's some stone steps on the side of the river there. Dad said he was standing on them a couple of days ago. All of that is coming out from Snowdonia. Right, I'm going to sort some breakfast out. So, I'll see you then. Well, whoever cleans this has done a very good job. Spider webs have all gone. It is very clean in here. Only thing to note with these toilets, there is no toilet brush. Other than that, it's very well looked after, so I've dropped £1 in the box. Since this is community kept and looked after, figured help out. That is the old school apparently, that's closed down. And one further addendum I need to make for yesterday. There is the shop, there is also, I forgot about this, a restaurant just on the corner there. That orangey looking building is a restaurant. However, it is currently closed as I think they closed for September or the end of September. So we didn't get to try that out, but we have looked at the menu. And it does look, well, it sounds rather nice. So I think a trip back some point next month might be in order. Just to try that out. Typical, the weather's gone nice now. The van is all packed up. Mum and Dad came down for breakfast, had some bacon buns. And then we went for a short walk. Up over that way, down the back end of the village. Looks like there's a private static caravan park there. So Mum and Dad are now packing up. I can see the caravan. I'll just have a quick look at the binoculars. See how far they've got. Nowhere near ready. Dad hasn't even got the car in front of the caravan yet, ready for hitch up. Yeah, I think they're going to give me a call when they're ready set off, and the plan will be to follow them. Although once we get back to Stoke, I may cut off to go climbing for a little bit. They are currently the only caravan on that site now, because the ones that were there all week left at about 7:30 this morning apparently. Right, I might just go and try and get a shot more or two of the village. And then I think we're done for this one. I was hoping to catch these flowers with some sunlight on them, but the sun is behind the church. That's a shame. Imagine later in the day, well, the sun rose over there, so it should be setting about there-ish. I bet that catches light quite nicely in the evening. Oh well. I do like that little hill with just those few trees on top there. And the sky behind it. I saw that on the walk we were doing earlier, and I'm wondering how I'd be able to photograph that. I imagine not from down here, because all of these lines going across, power lines, phone lines, whichever they are. Oop, I'm standing on someone's gravestone there. Please don't haunt me. Yeah. Overall, I'm in the shade again. Overall, it's a very nice place. Especially now it's brightened up and dried out and warmed up a bit. Be very interested in coming back and trying some of these walks, preferably in this kind of weather. I did that as well. So what I'm waiting for now then is a phone call off Dad saying that they are ready to go. So other than that, I'm just going to go and try and get a shot more or two of the village. And then I think we're done for this one. I will see you in a bit. Van is all packed. I'm pretty much ready for the offing, though I would like to stay here another few days. Shame the weather went the way it did, but oh well. So for now though, I know this has been an out in the van kind of thing, but I've not really shown much. I've not really done much, to be honest. The weather's not been up for it, so hopefully whatever has made it into this has been at least enjoyable to have on in the background, if not watch. But yes, this is Landrillo in Wales. Until next time then, have a good, whatever it is, time of day that you're on. And goodbye.